Hi and welcome to Online Appliance Tech. Today we're going to work on an LG dryer. So I went out to this job and replaced, or actually not replaced, but reset the fuse because it would not heat. I had a call back a couple days later, so I said we need to replace the kit. Anytime you have a dryer that just keeps on tripping, it means the fuse is weak and obviously the cycle and thermostat would have to be replaced. So to get in this thing is basically you press in with the pry bar. You got a couple screws here and you have to remove all these screws. When I remove them, I'll put them in order, that way I know exactly which ones go down in a line, which you'll see here in the video, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So here I went ahead and removed them all. So I removed all the screws, and here on the left you'll see I lined them up from top to bottom, that way I know exactly how they go back in. So here's that clip that you have to press in on the left, and then you have the two right there, it is, and you have these two Phillips screws on the left, and you have to disconnect these harnesses. Definitely make sure you unplug it before you do any type of work. You don't want to get shocked. So these little clips you just press in, the door switch you just pull out, and you have two Phillips screws here. And in a moment I'll show you exactly what I mean about getting this top open by pressing those two little clips in and pressing up on the top lid. So to remove the front door, you can use this same type of flathead or anything like that, or a plastic putty. Press in, and there's where you press in to get the top off there. So yeah, basically the door is just pop forward since you removed all the screws, and then you'll just lift up and put somewhere safe. So now I'm going to remove the dryer sensor harness. As you can see, there's a lot of dust in here that can also cause a fire. So yeah, so you have a couple screws. You have two on the right, two on the left that holds this frame in, and you have a couple that holds the bottom, we'll call it a filter dryer housing. There we go. Me and my terminology, but you have a couple screws at the bottom you'll remove. There's this two there, so you have, and these two screws are different from the rest, so just kind of keep them separated once you remove them. Okay, great. So now I'll just lift this down, pull it down and pull forward, remove this filter out first so that way it can come out, and then clean the inside of that out. I'm pretty sure it's going to have a lot of lint. And now, since we have the four screws removed, we'll just lift up on one side at a time, lift it out of the frame, and same thing for the right. Sometimes this front housing will actually get stuck to the felt of the dryer drum, so just wiggle it off. Here's the idler pulley. I didn't get a good view, but you lift it forward and you remove the belt from the pulley. You'll see that once, and it'll just pop off. You'll see that once you get in there. Remove the belt, so just pull it out gently, don't yank nothing on the way out. If it's bad, replace it because you don't want to do the job twice. Then you'll just lift up on the tub and pull it straight out. So one thing I recommend is look everything over. If the igniter is white or white marks, I definitely would replace it. Here's the fuse. And you hear the click, that means it keeps on tripping. So in other words, the heat is not getting out the back, so we got to make sure everything's good. This is the fuse kit I recommend. I only recommend OEM parts. You could find some cheap, but the specs are totally different. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this one at the bottom, this thermostat. This is the one you can reset from the back, but if it keeps on tripping, you need to take the dryer apart, replace the kit, and make sure your ductwork is completely clean from the wall to the from the dryer to the wall, and from the wall to the outside, no restrictions. I'm going to go ahead and remove this guy. It's two Phillips screws counterclockwise, and you can pry the terminals off with a flathead. So here I'm just going to pry it off with a flathead. I don't care if I break the fuse itself because it's trash, so I'm just going to go ahead and pry those off. And now I'm just going to reconnect the harness, or yeah, we can call it a harness. Reconnect the wire harness to the fuse. There's two little, just make sure they're pressed in all the way. Now you'll just put this back on. It has a little groove that goes into the burner housing right there. So you'll make sure that's lined up correctly. Always put the one towards me and first, that way I can hold it into place. And I actually like to use just the bit itself. If you have a long Phillips bit, that way you can just hand tighten it and get that where it holds itself, and then you can easily do the rest. So now, since I have them both hand tightened, I'm going to use my little ratchet here and make sure they're nice and snug clockwise. Also in this kit, it comes with the mister, and this is basically, since it's the output air temperature of the dryer, so pretty simple Phillips screw counterclockwise. If you do need this part, I will leave this in the description below if you need the parts to fix this dryer. And it has a little clip. Sorry I didn't get that in the camera, but it's a little press clip. You press it and release it. You'll see once you get to it. So here's the new one. We're just going to pop that in, hand tighten it. If you do have like a longer Phillips bit, and then once you hand tighten it, you can just snug it clockwise, and then connect the harness to the other harness. So here's the other thermostat. It's good just to replace all three so they calibrate correctly. I didn't get a good angle on this, sorry about that, but it's basically the same way you remove it the same way I removed the lower thermostat. Just two Phillips screws, remove and then pop it off and put this one in its place. And to put it back on, you just snug it down clockwise and connect your two wires to the thermostat. So say if you did reset your fuse and it keeps on tripping, things I would check would be the duct work from the dryer to the wall, and make sure from the wall to the outside, if it's not, make sure it's not clogged, that you have no restriction. Check the wheels, because if the drum is rotating slow, the blower rotates slow, and that's how the air gets out. So make sure these wheels are not locked up. And just clean out the inside. And here's a couple screws. I already put the top back together, but if you need to figure out how to put it back together, just forward or start the beginning of the video and just watch it, and you can kind of go from that. Or you can check out my LG playlist. You'll see a more slower, longer video of how to put this back together. But if you took it apart, I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out. And those are all the screws I put back in. Well, I hope this video was helpful. If you can just do me one big favor and hit that like button, that would help this video get out there more than what it would if you wouldn't. And if you'd like to make this your to-go-to channel, just hit the subscribe button. And thank you for watching. Have a good one.